First things first, let's get the wheel off. The hub cap, or the center cap I should say, you can pry off with a screwdriver or a pry bar, and then with a 22mm socket, take off all 6 of your lug nuts. And remove the wheel. In order for me to be able to move the caliper more out of my way, I'm going to disconnect this bracket here that holds the brake hose in place. Otherwise, all you have is movement from here to here, which is barely anything. So you can take a little pry bar or screwdriver and pry this ABS wire out of its mounting location. Just squeeze the tab. That should pop out. And with a 10mm socket, remove this bolt that holds the bracket on. A lot of times these break, so make sure you go slow. And now you can lift up this bracket. Perfect. From the back side, I'm going to take the caliper off of its bracket first, so remove these 2 T55 Torx bolts. So what's happening here is this bolt is actually the slider pin, and it goes all the way through, and it is seized in there. So what I'm going to try to do is, with a very pointy pick, pry the boot back, and I'm going to spray some rust penetrant in there to hopefully help break the slider pin free. And I'm also going to heat up this area here. When you heat it, make sure you point it away from the boot so that you don't melt it or damage it. It's still in good condition. Here's the issue. It's actually seized right here into the caliper because this still has grease. Resuming disassembly. This is now nice and hot, so set that aside safely. There we go. Since you have them out, go ahead and wipe them down and inspect them. You want to make sure they're not rotted or corroded. This one that was a little bit seized, I'm going to have to clean up in the wire wheel. And at this point, you can grab onto your caliper on the back side, just pry it towards you a little bit, or you can go in here and pry it like this. That's going to compress the piston just a little bit, so it makes it easier to take the caliper off. And there we go. It was a little stuck, but it came off with a little bit of prying. Set this aside. I like to put it on top of the upper control arm. That way it's not putting any pressure on the brake hose. And of course, make sure you're not pinching this ABS wire. Okay, you can tie it with a bungee cord too if you'd like. Next, get the pads out. With an 18mm, remove this bolt here and that one up there. That's going to remove the caliper bracket from the knuckle. Take this off, remove the bolts, and remove the rotor. At this point, you can take a wire brush and clean up the hub surface. You want the new rotor to mount on a clean surface. I just realized it's a little bit oily and greasy, so I'm going to first spray it down. Clean that up, and then with a wire brush, I'm going to go in and just scrub it down. Basically, you don't want any rust chunks or rust buildup or even debris like this to interfere with how the rotor sits on the hub. If you have to use a little grinding disc to grind down large rust areas, then go ahead and do that. Just make sure it's nice and flush at the end. Next, you're going to have to remove this cap and remove the axle nut. So either with a small screwdriver or a small pry bar, get in here. There we go. This cap pops off. And with a 36mm socket, take off the axle nut. Take off this washer, and then make sure you push the axle through. Make sure it pushes through. This one doesn't quite push through. So therefore what I'm going to do is take a hammer and a punch and punch right in the center of it. There we go. That's better. You want to avoid hitting on here because you'll potentially bend over the edge and then, well, you're in trouble with putting the nut on. Now from the back side, you'll see 3 bolts. One here, one up top, and then there's one on the other side in the same location as this, just on the other side. So take all of these 3 out. They're 15mm bolts. Well, looks like unless you want to take the upper ball joint off or you have different type of tool, a wrench is probably going to be your best friend. Let's break that free with a wrench. And I'll use my ratchet wrench and back it out the rest of the way. Take this one out. There we go. And now turn the whole knuckle. And if you look from the front of the vehicle, there's another bolt right here. Perfect. If you follow the ABS wire up, you'll see that it's mounted into several clips that you'll have to unclip. Here and here. And then the connector is right up here. It has a tab on top that you have to lift up like that. Once you do that, it should slide right out. Oh, that slid out, so it's actually secured into the frame right here. Perfect. Now you can take your hammer and hammer the wheel bearing right off. There you have it. Wheel bearing is off. And that's why it wouldn't come off. It was seized in there. Gonna have to clean that up. It's hard to get anything in here to properly clean it up, but just make sure you do your best. You can scrape it. You can use a wire brush, small, large, whatever you have. Just try to clean as much of this rust off. Try to flake it off. You don't want this sitting in here, and then we'll coat it with some anti-seize so that this doesn't happen again. Just try to get as much of this off as you can. Clean it on the outside here as well. And I'm going to hit it with some brake parts cleaner to rinse off any of the dust and debris that is on there. So to make sure that this doesn't happen again, I'm going to use some anti-seize. You can either use the spray kind, the brush kind. Just make sure that this is clean, and then you spray it down with something so that it coats the surface, prevents it from rusting again. You can do it on the axle shaft as well. Now before you get your new bearing installed, don't forget about the backing plate. That has to go on like this with the hole for the ABS sensor towards the tie rod. And then you want to position it so that it lines up with all the bolt holes as well as the ABS wire right here. And once all that is lined up, go ahead and put the axle through the hub, push it through all the way, make sure it lines up with the splines, and you can push this in. Go ahead and insert your bolts. There we go. Okay, go ahead and snug up all 3 of the bolts. Torque these bolts to 133 foot-pounds. It's going to be a little bit hard to torque, but definitely doable. This one I'm just going to do by hand with a wrench. because the only other way to torque this is to put a swivel on, and putting a swivel on ruins all the torque. So I'm just gonna make this one really tight by hand. And don't forget about this third one here. Next, install your axle nut. Put the washer first, and then the nut itself, bottom it out. Then we'll go ahead and torque it to 155 foot-pounds. To torque this, you can either put the truck back on the ground and lean the pry bar up against the ground, or 155 foot-pounds is definitely holdable by hand, so go ahead and tighten it. Just a quick tip when you're using the pry bar, make sure the edge doesn't go up against the studs, that'll damage them. Make sure it stays flat. Don't forget about this cap here. The next step for me is going to be putting this ABS wire back into its mounting location. So I guess this came with a clip. Since it did, I'm going to remove this old one and go ahead and install the new one. Perfect. As well as right up here. And finally connect the two ends here and secure them into the frame. There we go. At this point, I like to apply anti-seize on the hub. That's going to prevent it from rusting in the future, but it also will prevent the rotor from seizing to it. At this point, if you wanted to, you could put a lug nut on just to hold the rotor from flopping around. I've cleaned up the caliper bracket bolts on a wire wheel because they had old thread locker on. If you want to put thread locker on, go ahead. Definitely do not put anti-seize. I've seen that happen and that's not good. So install the caliper bracket next. And again, if you wish to put thread locker on, go ahead. Start them on so that it can hold the bracket in place. While I'm at it, I'm going to bottom them out and then torque them to 129 foot-pounds. Slide in your new pads. Find the right angle. Sometimes they're a little tricky to get started on here. There we go. Perfect. Make sure they slide easily. If they don't, that means you have too much rust on here and the pads are getting squished together, and that's not going to be good because they're going to stick to the rotor and you're going to have braking issues. Now take your caliper, flip it over, line it up with the pads and the bracket. Make sure your boots are not bent like that. Put them into place. And what I'm going to do is put one pin in just to hold it. While that one's in, I'm going to grease up this one. Make sure you put grease right on this ridge here. That's where the boot will seal up, and it's important for it to be greased. That way it makes a good seal, prevents water from going in. Now you can put this one in. Start it on. And then take this one out, grease it up as well. Slide it in and bottom them both out. Torque these two to 80 foot-pounds. One last thing to do is to put this bracket back on. Perfect. Now let's get the wheel on. Go ahead and put the wheel on. Start on all of your lug nuts, bottom them out, and torque them to 140 foot-pounds. And of course, don't forget the center cap.